This is the second in a series of 4 lessons about apostrophes. The lesson has information about the use of apostrophes in the 3 main types of contraction. Let's start with apostrophes in pronoun-verb contractions. The red words are auxiliary verbs. They help to form different verb tenses. In spoken language, we usually contract the auxiliary verb with its subject pronoun, as you see here. Contractions are quicker and easier to say. Try saying there and they are one after the other. The contraction is shorter and easier. When you write the contraction, you need to put in an apostrophe to show where the first letter or letters of the auxiliary verb have been left out. In these sentences, the I of is and the A of are have been omitted. Now that you know what pronoun-verb contractions are and that they always need an apostrophe, you will hopefully not be tempted to correct someone on the internet by writing, "You're wrong." Now let's look at noun-verb contractions, as in these 2 examples. Mary's playing with her toy and Rob's talking to his friend. Note that the apostrophe here is not a possessive apostrophe. It shows where the letter I of is has been omitted. Here are 2 more noun-verb contractions. Snow's been falling for hours and Sally'd help you if she were here. These are contractions of snow has been falling for hours and Sally would help you if she were here. But note that some readers may consider less common noun-verb contractions, such as Sallied, unacceptable when written. A third type of contraction happens when an auxiliary verb continues with the word not in a negative sentence. So here we have 2 sentences before contraction. She does not look happy and they are not in school. In the contractions doesn't and aren't, the apostrophe replaces the letter O in the word not. In some, but not all negated contractions, there are 2 contraction possibilities. Firstly, joining the pronoun and the verb with an apostrophe, as in she's not happy, or secondly, joining the verb and its negator not, as in she isn't happy. It's very common for modal auxiliary verbs to be contracted in negative statements. Here are some examples. Note that won't is a special contraction of will not. Not only does it replace the O in not with the apostrophe, but it also replaces the letters ILL of will with an O. Quiz page. Pause the video if you want to review the questions and answers before continuing. Okay, let's look at 3 common mistakes in using apostrophes in verbs. We'll start with the omission of the apostrophe where an apostrophe is needed. The words it's, John's and doesn't are all spelled wrong. Here we have the corrections. A second mistake is putting in an apostrophe when it isn't needed. The words plays, yours, its and whose are all wrong. None of these red words is a contraction of 2 words, so the apostrophe is incorrect. The words are now correctly spelled without the apostrophe. The third common apostrophe mistake is putting the apostrophe in the wrong place. It can happen in noun-verb contractions, as in the first sentence, but most cases of this error type are in negated contractions, as in the other 3 sentences. In the first case, the word Hannah's is contracted from Hannah has. Hannah has passed her driving test. So the apostrophe replaces the letters H and A of has. The other 3 examples are negated contractions. In a negated contraction, the letter O of not is omitted. So this is the place where the apostrophe must go. Quiz page. Pause the video if you want to review the questions and answers before continuing. Okay, you've come to the end of this lesson on apostrophes in contractions. Here is the important information in summary. In the description below this video, you will find a link to the lesson index page shown on the left. As you can see, there are 4 ways to access the content, as well as a glossary and links to quizzes and more information on the topic.